moment this so-called dream engagement trip turned into a nightmare, the entire story stopped making sense. A birthday vacation, a luxury resort, a fresh proposal, smiling Instagram videos. Then suddenly, within days, a young woman is dead in a closet, a belt around her neck, and authorities are already whispering one conclusion before the dust even settles. How does a celebration collapse this fast unless something darker was already brewing beneath the surface?
So local authorities in Zanzibar initially said that Ashley took her own life, but you guys released a statement saying that her death was suspicious. What do you think happened?
We're not too sure what happened. That's what we're trying to find out. I got 2 emails today from the embassy in Zanzibar. They said the investigation is still ongoing. That we have not determined the cause of death yet at all in the investigation. So
I find it hard to believe that a lifestyle influencer, 31 years of age, goes to Tanzania with her fiance and takes her life. You heard what I just said? Ashley Jenae was found dead in a Tanzania hotel, and her fiance is claiming that she took her own life. Her fiance is claiming that she put a rope around her neck and took her own life.
Everyone was told this was paradise. Zanzibar sunshine, romantic villas, ocean views, expensive luxury, the kind of getaway people post online to make strangers jealous. Ashley Jenae had reportedly traveled there with her fiancé Joe McCann to celebrate her 31st birthday, and from the outside it looked picture perfect. Her social media painted the kind of story people dream about. Smiles, romance, glamour. Just days earlier, on April 4th, he had proposed. She proudly shared videos of the moment, the ring, the joy, the future. Nothing in those clips hinted at fear, chaos, betrayal, or danger. Nothing suggested she was standing inches away from disaster. But that is how many shocking stories begin. Beautiful surface, rotten underneath. Because while the public saw paradise, insiders say tension had already entered the room. Arguments, repeated fights, a relationship cracking in private while pretending to shine in public. And then came the night of April 8th, the night everything exploded. Reports claim Ashley and Joe got into a heated argument so severe that resort staff had to intervene and separate them into different villas located 10 minutes apart. Think about that. Staff at a luxury resort do not casually split engaged couples into separate properties unless the situation has become serious. Loud enough, ugly enough, dangerous enough. So what triggered that level of chaos? Nobody official is saying, but rumors moved faster than facts. According to whispers spreading online, Ashley may have discovered behavior she never expected on what was supposed to be her birthday trip. Claims surfaced that Joe had allegedly been sneaking around and cheating with locals multiple times. Some even claimed he was already familiar with the property and had been a frequent guest there before this trip. If true, then the entire vacation changes shape. Was Ashley celebrating love while he was living a double life in plain sight? Was the proposal a promise or a performance? And here is where the silence becomes suspicious. After that explosive argument, they were separated. Different villas, distance, space, time to cool down. That should have been the end of the night. Instead, just hours later, Joe reportedly returned to Ashley's villa with staff because he wanted to speak with her, wanted to talk, wanted access, wanted one more conversation after a fight so bad they had been forcibly split apart. Why? What was so urgent in the middle of the night that it could not wait until morning? When they entered, Ashley was allegedly found unconscious in a closet with a belt around her neck, and instantly, the story became harder to believe. Because around 2:00 a.m., neighbors near the villa reportedly heard strange muffled noises coming from her room. Not music, not laughter, not ordinary movement. They described sounds like a struggle, sounds like choking, sounds like someone fighting for breath behind closed doors while the resort slept. At the time, nobody understood what they were hearing. Looking back now, those noises have become one of the most haunting details in the case. If someone was in distress, who was there with her? If she was alone, what exactly caused that chaos? If there was nothing suspicious, why does the timeline feel like it is missing pieces? Then came another detail that set people on fire. Ashley's family says Joe did not immediately contact them. Not right away, not in panic, not as a devastated fiancé urgently calling loved ones. According to reports, they were left in the dark for around 11 hours. 11 hours while they believed she was still enjoying paradise. 11 hours while their daughter was gone. 11 hours of silence across oceans. What happened during that gap? Who was contacted first? What conversations took place? What decisions were made before the family even knew tragedy had struck? Her father reportedly expressed heartbreak and frustration, saying they simply wanted to know where she was, who she was with, and whether she was okay. Those are basic questions any family would ask, but in this story, even basic answers seemed difficult to obtain. And then the official explanation only deepened the controversy. The hospital reportedly concluded she died of cerebral hypoxia by suffocation. Read that again slowly. Suffocation. Lack of oxygen to the brain. A death tied to breathing being cut off. Yet instead of calming public concern, that medical language poured gasoline on it, because people immediately connected it to the reported noises, the belt, the fight hours earlier, the delayed communication, and the rushed assumptions. Too many fragments, too many shadows, too many moments that refused to line up neatly. Then one final detail dropped like thunder: cameras. Her father reportedly said there were cameras everywhere at the resort, and that the footage would match the timeline. Cameras in hallways, cameras around entrances, cameras that do not gossip, panic, or forget, cameras that record movement, cameras that know who entered, who exited, and when. If that footage exists, then somewhere the truth may already be sitting on a screen. Silent, unblinking, waiting. Just when people thought the mystery could not grow darker, another layer of confusion began to unfold. Reports started circulating that CCTV footage from the resort may show who really entered Ashley's room that night. Not rumors from social media, not emotional guesses from strangers online. Actual cameras, actual timestamps, actual movement through halls and villa walkways. If true, then somewhere inside that footage sits the answer to questions that have tormented everyone since day one. Who approached the room? Who left? Was she truly alone? Was there a return visit nobody expected? And if cameras hold the timeline, then why has clarity been so slow to arrive?
They go to Tanzania for her 31st birthday. They get engaged. She looks happy right here. What happened? You're telling me that she was this happy that she wanted to take her life. I want you to look at this woman. Tell me, do you think this woman would have randomly just took her life? They're saying that her fiance, Joe McCann, told Tanzania police that this woman right here put a rope around her neck and took her own life.
The family's frustration only intensified because while they were grieving across the world, they also claimed communication with Joe had gone cold, gone silent, gone ghost. According to the file, they believed he stopped speaking with them entirely, while only communicating with Tanzanian police. That detail sent online speculation into overdrive. Why cut off the family of the woman you were about to marry? Why vanish when they are begging for answers? Even if someone is overwhelmed, devastated, confused, or advised by lawyers to stay quiet, the optics of silence in a case like this are brutal. Silence starts sounding like strategy. Silence starts sounding like distance. Silence starts sounding guilty even before facts say so. Then came another painful claim. Ashley's body had reportedly not yet been returned to her family despite statements that the autopsy process was complete. That kind of delay can feel unbearable to grieving relatives. They are not thinking about procedure, paperwork, or jurisdiction. They are thinking about bringing their daughter home. They are thinking about funerals, closure, and dignity. Instead, they were trapped in a nightmare of waiting while strangers handled the most personal tragedy of their lives.
And initial call that she got from Joe was 11 hours after something had transpired in the room. And that's very odd. 11 hours later,
11 hours.
Something had transpired, and Joe just relayed to Yolanda that Ashley was okay and she was stable and she was okay and don't worry about it.
But that she was at the hospital.
Yes. 11 hours later.
So have you spoken to him since, and what has he been saying?
There has been no communication.
Was there any footage? Did you look at the footage? Did you see the footage? These are things that's very important to us. These are things that can clear everything up. It gives us a timeline. It lets us know what happened. We have not seen or heard or even anything about any kind of footage surveillance. No. These are things that we need to know.
Did you guys ever think that Ashley had any mental health issues?
I would think that's farther from the truth. If you go through her page, Everything, she's a beacon of light. She likes to be in the limelight. It's like being in the camera.
And just when it seemed the case was already heavy enough, social media began digging into Joe's past. The internet does what it always does in explosive stories. It investigates with obsession, emotion, and zero patience. New discussions emerged about his previous marriage to Shea Jackson, described in the transcript as a senior marketing executive with a high-profile career path, including companies like Google, Facebook, Nike, and Skims. They reportedly shared 2 children and were said to have divorced around 2021. No confirmed public reason was given in the file, yet online voices immediately filled the silence with theories about alleged serial cheating. True or false, once the internet smells scandal, it does not ask permission before building a narrative. Then, another bombshell rumor landed. Authorities had allegedly confiscated Joe's passport. If accurate, that would mean he could not simply leave Zanzibar and move on with life while questions remained unanswered. According to the transcript, whatever evidence surfaced was serious enough for officials to keep him in the country longer than originally planned. Notice how fast that changes public perception. One moment he is described as only a witness. The next moment people hear passport confiscated and instantly assume the walls are closing in. Legally, those are not the same thing. Publicly, they absolutely are. Still, as of the file's account, he was considered a witness and not a suspect. That distinction matters. It matters because public anger often runs ahead of official evidence. It matters because suspicion online is not the same as proof in court. But it also matters because many people have seen enough cases where witness status changes later. That is why so many eyes remain fixed on this investigation. People do not trust early labels anymore. They wait for the second chapter. And what makes this case so emotionally explosive is the contrast. A woman posts joy online. A proposal suggests forever. A birthday trip implies celebration. Then within days, there is a fight so severe staff separates the couple. Neighbors hear disturbing noises in the night. She is found unconscious. Family waits hours for news, and authorities face pressure over transparency. That contrast is why the story refuses to fade. Paradise and panic, diamonds and darkness, romance and death. Those opposites create a mystery people cannot stop staring at. There is also a bigger social nerve being touched here. The fear many families carry when loved ones travel far from home and something goes wrong. Distance changes everything. Different laws, different systems, different timelines, different power dynamics. Families often feel helpless, dependent on strangers, translators, officials, and fragments of information. That helplessness can quickly become rage when answers do not come fast enough. Ashley's case tapped directly into that fear. And now we arrive at the center of the storm. If the footage exists, if the timeline exists, if witnesses exist, if medical findings exist, then eventually the truth should exist too. The question is whether that truth will be clean and simple, or messy and devastating. Was this exactly what some officials first suggested? Was it a violent confrontation hidden behind luxury walls? Was there negligence, deception, or something no one has even guessed yet? Right now, every version competes in the dark. Until authorities fully explain the timeline, release verified findings, and answer the contradictions people keep pointing at, suspicion will keep feeding itself. Every delay becomes a clue. Every silence becomes a theory. Every missing minute becomes a battlefield online. That is how unresolved stories grow teeth. And somewhere, perhaps inside a security room, perhaps inside an evidence file, perhaps inside one person's memory, the real story of that night already exists in full. The world only has fragments.